All right, thank you guys. And following Sunday sports wagering action, we're 4-1 in our last 5 premium sports picks on Pt.1. That's going to improve our record to 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package picks on that website. Now, the link for our board member tier package pick is in the description section below. $1,000 bettors are up over $2,700 during that span. And not only are you going to get access to the board member tier pick itself, you actually get access to every single pick that I give out on that website all the way through the end of February if you sign up for my board member tier pick. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or if you're not signed up yet, I'll explain a little bit more in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the video. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal bets on BrockPage.com, and I have packages on that website beginning at just $1.99. Now, the purpose of these YouTube videos is to provide free informational sports betting content. It's also designed to generate interest in signing up for a membership on my website. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my webpage. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on my website is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into some college basketball action. Get into it a little bit early. This is our part 1 video. Be on the lookout for part 2. Probably Tuesday morning. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to start off with Arkansas taking on Florida, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. Now, Arkansas is -1 on the road with a total at 138. But despite playing some really good basketball here recently, I do actually have some concerns with Arkansas on the defensive end of the court. Now, these guys are currently allowing 70 points a game when they travel, and they've been little threat shooting the 3 ball this season offensively. As a matter of fact, the Razorbacks are draining only 31% of their 3-pointers this year, and they're taking on a Florida team who's been really tough to beat in Gainesville. The Gators are currently 12-3 straight up at the O'Connell Center, and they're actually limiting their competition to only 60 points a game there this season. As a matter of fact, the Gators are currently in the top 20 in the country in guarding the 3 ball at home. So we're seeing some very stingy defense out of this Florida team, especially at home. Now, when it comes to offensive production in this one, big Colin Castleton, he's averaging over 15.5 points a game, along with 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, Tyree Appleby scoring over 10.5 points per contest himself, along with 2 boards and 3 assists. When it comes to head-to-head meetings between these two squads, Florida's actually gotten the W in 8 out of their last 10 meetings with the Razorbacks. Now, total-wise, Florida's 11-4 to the under on their home court this year. They're also 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings against Arkansas. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. Meanwhile, the Razorbacks on the other side of things, they are 4-1 to the under in their last 5 outings themselves. I'm going to lean toward Florida +1 in the under 138. Next matchup, it is going to be Michigan State versus Iowa, and that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Now, Iowa's -5.5 with the total at 155. Now, the Hawkeyes have been really good at home this season. They're actually 13-3 straight up in the Carver Hawkeye Arena. They're actually in the top 5 in the country in scoring on average per game. These guys have been just a powerful offensive unit. Now, Keegan Murray, he's scoring over 23 points per contest, along with 8 rebounds and a couple of blocks. Meanwhile, Patrick McCaffrey, he's scoring 11 points a game himself, along with 3 rebounds. Now, the Hawkeyes are currently scoring over 88 points a game at home. And they're also in the top 15 in home shooting from the stripe. Very well-rounded team offensively. They're taking on a Michigan State team who lost 4 out of their last 5 themselves. Kind of struggling here over the past couple of weeks or so. And actually, they only covered the number once during that span I just mentioned. Now, when it comes to defensive play in this one, the Spartans allowed 76 points a game in their last 10 meetings with Iowa. So if you're into historical trends, a lot of points they're giving up to their opponents here. Now, more recently, Michigan State failed to cover the point spread against the likes of Penn State, Rutgers, and Maryland. And of course, second leading scorer, Malik Hall, he's currently questionable with an ankle injury. Now, total-wise, 4 out of Michigan State's last 7 ball games did get over the posted number. Meanwhile, 5 out of Iowa's last 7 got over the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Iowa minus 5.5 and the over 155. Next contest, it is going to be Georgia versus Texas A&M, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Texas A&M's minus 12.5 with the total at 146. Now, the Aggies have been really tough to score against in the Reed Arena. They're allowing only 62 points per contest at home. And they're also limiting their competition to just 39% shooting from the field there. Now, scoring-wise, Quentin Jackson's averaging over 13 points a game along with 3 rebounds. Meanwhile, Henry Coleman's scoring double-digit points a game himself along with 6 boards. Now, when it comes to wins and losses here, the Aggies are they're currently 11-4 straight up in front of their home crowd. They're taking on a Georgia team who's yet to win a ball game on the road this season. The Bulldogs are 0-8 straight up when traveling, and they've also won just 1 game since December 20th of last year. Now, the Bulldogs, they do everything bad. They're scoring just 66 points a game on the road, and they're connecting on only 28% of their three-pointers in that same category. Meanwhile, defensively on the other end of the court, they're allowing over 80 points per contest away from home. Now, total-wise, 8 out of these teams' last 10 meetings fell under the posted number. As a matter of fact, Georgia averaged only 61 points per contest during that span. Meanwhile, Texas A&M, they saw unders recently with Florida, Auburn, and Kentucky. I'm going to lean toward Texas A&M minus 12.5 and the under 146. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for part 1. It is going to be Tennessee versus Missouri, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Tennessee's minus 11 with a total at 131.5. But for a team being favored by double digits on the road here, I definitely have concerns about the Vols covering the number. For one, Tennessee has a losing record on the road this year, and they've actually had some struggles on the offensive end of the court. Now, Tennessee's scoring only 69 points a game away from home, and they're shooting just 32% from three-land in that very same category. Now, they're taking on a Missouri team who's covering in over 64% of their home games, and they're actually led by Kobe Brown, who's scoring nearly 13 points a game along with 7 rebounds and 2.5 assists. Meanwhile, Javon Pickett, he's scoring double-digit points a game himself, along with a couple of boards. Now, when it comes to the scoring in this one, Missouri's gone 3-0 to the under in their last 3 straight. They're also 6-3 to the under in their last 9. Meanwhile, Tennessee, on the other side of things, they saw 3 out of their last 4 fall under the posted total themselves. They're also 67% to the under as the official road team. I'm going to lean toward Missouri plus 11 and the under 131.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. You can opt out at any time, but I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website, you're going to want to think about signing up for my all-inclusive board member tier package. Not only are you going to get access to the board member tier pick itself, you actually get access to every single package that I offer on that website. Once again, guys, it's an all-inclusive it's an all-inclusive membership. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday or Tuesday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.